Michael Williams here, White Label Consulting, October 16th. I need to put some more content out. I think that's my problem. I'm not using enough content. I think that's what it is. I just need to figure it out. And I'm in the middle of a 30-day rush, which I may keep going to the end of the year. I'm Fix Your Live Stream, 30 days. It's October 14th. I got 16 days left. But obviously there's weekends where I can't do anything. But hey, if you need help, hit me up. I don't know, follow me, find me, whatever. But I just had a question pop up here. How can I show you this question without giving away the information? I try not to share people's information when they ask for help. I've done 4 sessions already for Fix My Live Stream or free help. And let's try this. Let me add a text plugin here. And let's click text, click OK. And then let me paste the text in there. You're going to see this live because I'm actually a live streamer. Let's use custom chat mode. Let's use text extents, and then let's make this 1800 by 1000 word rapid, and then let's choose a font size. Excuse me. Select font size. Let's go 48. Click OK. There we go. And actually, let's just select font. Select font. Let's make this bold. Okay. That way you can see it. Let's bring it down to the bottom. Actually, let me just crop the top. Let me crop the bottom. Bring it down here so you should be able to read this. Saw your video, saw it was dope. I'm looking for a camera right now. What would you recommend for OBS? The best one? I looked at the Rebel T7, but I'm hearing that it's not the best option. What can you I guess to say suggest for me at this juncture? I have a laptop OBS mic that I sold you, and not a camera I want to save, but not sure what I can do on basically on my level. So that is the text that they want to. That's what they're actually asking me to help them with. And so at the end of the day, I probably for the $500 to $700 range, there's a couple of options, and I'll show you my window here real quick. I'm already on mpb.com. This is a place where I think most people can get some pretty decent equipment. It says buy, sell, trade. So there's a couple of, and I already searched for them, so they're already there. I would say the Lumix G7 is a good option. It's a $300 camera, right? And they have several here from basically $320 to $340. You get this and a dummy battery from Amazon, and I'll put this up here, Amazon.com. And we'll go dummy battery, Go 9. That's the company I use. I don't know if there's any other ones, but dummy battery right here, Go 9 dummy battery. Let me just put Lumix just to be sure. Yeah, so this is the Go 9 DC12 battery that you can use for the GH4. That joint right there is $24. That it fits the GH4 and the GH5, which is another camera you could use. But I would say this plus that is what's that? $350 right there, and then you need a lens. So, but before I go to that, let me go. Well, that's the G7. Let me go to the other option, which is the GH4, which is what I shoot on. I shoot on GH4. I've got a GH5S right there. So either one of those cameras work. This joint right here, they have 10 cameras available. This just says 349 recently viewed. Yeah, let me see if I got more down here that are decent condition. Let me see here. Yeah, so one of these right here, it's actually this pretty much the same price. It's a better camera to me. So I could choose the one at 349. It's the same battery, actually. And actually, let me take that back. The Go 9 battery that you would need for the G7 is going to be like $19. It's a different battery. But same company. We have a bunch of those. But this one right here, and then you need a lens. If you don't need a fixed width lens, right, there are a couple of lenses that you can get. You can get the 25 millimeter Lumix lens, which is a f-stop 1.7, very low aperture. I don't think you can beat that lens for the price. This lens is $144, or you can get a better looking lens as far as quality, as far as the condition from MPB. But this and the lens basically is about $480. I mean, it's a fixed width. So that's a problem. I mean, that would be the problem is that you can only, but if you're a solo podcaster, I mean, I don't know what else you need. I mean, you could try to do a 1442 lens. millimeter lens. The version 2 is different than the version 1. There's one that is manually powered, and then there's one that is has like an automatic, has like a digital feel to it, that has a digital shift. That one right there, and they have the older ones, which are right here, which are 160, 169. If it were me, I probably would go with one of the newer models of it. But here's the thing: if you're shooting a podcast on your own, you're going to need a fix with. You don't need a wide angle unless you're getting ready to shoot another individual in your show. If it's just you yourself, I would do either the GH4 or the G7, right? That's what I would do. And then I would do the 25 millimeter lens. That lens is going to get you crispy, so crispy, you're not going to understand the difference on how crispy it is. If you're looking for a variable width lens, you can do a 12-60 millimeter lens. Now, it's not going to give you the same crispness as a 25 millimeter lens, but it will give you the ability to actually change between your depth between wide and close. Now, the f-stop on this is 3.5. That is almost double, triple what you would get with the 1.7 and the 25 millimeter lens. It's also more expensive. So you're looking at more of your $600 range. But if I were to start and I have $500 to $600, I mean, you could try the Sony A6100s, 6400s. Let me see how much a Sony A64 is going to change it to 6500. A6400. Let me see if they have any of those here. And I'm just talking about buying some quality used equipment. You can buy a new one. Yeah, see, only a Sony Alpha A6400 is a great camera, but it starts at $600. That's outside the budget. Let me try the G100 by Canon, or Lumix has the G100. That's $350. I would go with a GH4 over that. I can't. Maybe a Canon M50 Mark II. Let me see what those run. 379, maybe 400. Yeah, but you still need a dummy battery, and I'm a Lumix guy. I'm sorry, you don't have to like it, but I am a Lumix guy, and I just think that the camera where you can do a GH4 right here for $350 plus a lens for $125 is $480. That leaves you $100 left over for lights. So I think for under $600, you can get a good camera, a great camera. I particularly have a Sigma lens. I've got a Sigma 1835 with a meta booster that's a little bit more advanced. But let me see. It runs, which one? I got this one right here. This is the 1. I actually got the 1.1. Well, it's 1.8, but it goes down to 1.1 with the meta booster. This is about a $400 lens. So, you know, I ended up getting mine free with the package because the guy was just really trying to get rid of all this stuff. So, oh, here's one right here. Well, this is for a Canon fit. So yes, actually mine is a Canon fit. Why is it so low? Let me see. Why is this super low? Is it in bad quality? It's got to be in bad quality. There's no way they're selling $185. It's a $600 lens for $185. It must just be the worst lens in the world. Yeah, it's got to be scratched up or something. But I don't have time to get to the bottom of the page. My point is GH4, 25 millimeter lens, dummy battery. That would run you just about $500. That's probably where I would start if I was starting a live stream or a podcast in 2025 going into 2026. My next upgrade would be to get a variable width lens. I think the 1260 would work. It's not as sharp as that lens. If you can't save up and get an 1835, that's pretty much will do enough. Even with the meta booster, which would be like another $600 investment to get your live stream going. But I definitely would recommend Lumix GH4. I don't think you can beat it for the price. Let me just double check a GH5 before we get out of here and see if that actually would be a viable option. GH5 is like $470, so I wouldn't even go that route. But yeah, GH4, Panasonic. That's what I'm gonna roll with. Michael Williams, White Label Consulting. You have a great day. God bless.